Is it a bad time to buy real estate? I'm Lori Richardson with Cherry Creek Mortgage Company, and I just wanted to spend some time digging into this question because I've had it a lot from a lot of clients lately, and I just kind of wanted to share a couple of tools that might help you make your way through this decision. Super critical, super important question, and I just want you to know we've got some tools that will help you answer this. Now, I'm going to share a tool that I did for a client, right? And we looked at answering this question, is now a bad time to buy real estate, by looking at the likely appreciation and return on investment over a 10-year period. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Lori, I don't know if I'm going to own my home for 10 years. And I totally understand that, right? But I like to look at real estate in decades because it kind of gives us the clearest picture of how this is really going to help us. If you were to purchase real estate right now and you don't own that property, right? Let's say we outgrow it and we need something larger. Now we're going to own the next property. So I wanted to just share, again, more than anything, if you don't take anything else away from this, please know we've got these great tools where we can input your information based on your financial goals and give you some things that will really help you understand this decision for you and your family, right? So this is one of my favorite tools, and this is a client that's actually looking at purchasing in Douglas County. They're looking at purchasing a $560,000 property. And what we really wanted to look at, again, we were looking at this one, they think it's possible that they will keep the property 7 to 10 years. And again, we can change that for you if you want to see 5 to 7 or 2 to 3 or whatever it is you want to see, we can absolutely do that. But in this case, we wanted to give her a sense of what it would look like in terms of forecasted appreciation. These blue lines here are what we're anticipating happening. And these are public records data, so they're probably very conservative relative to what we really think will happen. So forecasted appreciation rates, meaning how much the home may grow in value over time. And then we compared that with the historical rate of return, right? If we just looked at over literally the last 63 years, what did historical appreciation look like for this specific property? And you can see they're pretty close, right? Forecast is 4.66. Historical over the last 63 years has been 4.54%, so that we could just kind of get an idea of what we think is going to happen with the growth of the value in that property, right? Now, in this case, we're considering a property that's listed at $560,000. Closing costs are right around $4,500. We're putting 20% down, and we're looking at it over a 10-year period. Now, the thing that I wanted you to really pay attention to is the return on investment. And this is something that I think the media doesn't really do a good enough job of talking about. So when we really look at this, and you can kind of get an idea, the powerful thing that I wanted to really for you to see here is pay special attention to the return on investment right here, which is the return on the initial down payment, not just on the appreciation of the home. When people think about how much I'm going to earn, they think about, okay, what rate of appreciation, right? Is it going to go up 3%? So if I buy a $100,000 home and it goes up 3%, now it's worth 103,000, right? This says if I'm putting 20% down on that $560,000 home, right? I'm coming out of pocket with a little over $100,000. What is my return on investment on that $100,000? And it's so powerful. Look at the forecast. If we see a forecasted appreciation rate, our return on investment on our initial investment, meaning our down payment, is 29%. I don't know of any other vehicle I can go and earn 29%, right? The historical appreciation at 20, if the historical norm holds true, which will probably be higher than that, 28%, right? But this is so powerful to see the power, the wealth building potential of owning a home and how the mortgage is actually leveraged to boost your return on investment over time. Now, said another way, or looked at a different way, this helps I run this for our clients every time we're looking at any kind of real estate, right? This is always part of what we call our pre-purchase consultation, which is just a time where we get together and talk about your goals and say, okay, based on what you told me you want, here are some options and here's what we'd recommend to get you to where you want to be, right? We call this the family net worth slide, and this helps us to understand the potential growth in household wealth over the next 5 years based solely on increased home equity. If you were to purchase a $550,000 home, let's just say you purchased it in January, just for simplicity of looking at the numbers. So I used here a base appreciation rate of 3%. Now, every single real estate agent that I work with, you guys, have told me and continue to tell me that is way too low, Lori, right? Appreciation is going to be higher than 3%. It's been on average since 1934 when we started tracking it, it's been 3.68%, including the bubble, including the bust, 3.68%. But I just said, let's go worst case scenario here and say I have a client that's looking at purchasing a $550,000 home. And let's say it appreciates at a rate of 3% per year, right? So $550,000, it appreciates at a rate of 3% in 2024. We're already on track for higher than that, but let's just pretend. Now that property is worth $566,500 as we head into 2025. Then that appreciates at a rate of 3%, right? Now it's worth $583,000. Then that appreciates, so on and so forth. So what this tells me is that we would be growing our family's net worth over a 5-year period. And again, we can look at it for 10 years, 7 years, whatever you want to see. We'd be growing our family's net worth by $87,600 over that 5-year period if we were to purchase real estate in 2024 at a value of $550,000. Now, I've also told my clients, like, we know that there's a huge supply and demand issue, right? And we anticipate that we're going to see rates come down. They will follow inflation. One of the things we look at routinely with our clients is what do we think is going to happen when rates drop, right? It's going to even be more of a pandemonium in terms of too many buyers, not enough homes, right? When we see rates drop, we're going to see even more buyers chasing too few homes. And so you can imagine where that's going to go. So I tell my clients, I know it's a challenging time right this very moment, right? Here's 87,600 reasons to keep going if we're in a competing bid situation or if we lose out to another offer. So I just wanted you to see these. Just please know, here's our compliance information. Just please know we are happy to help run these numbers based on your financial situation. Again, there's no one size fits all solution here. We really want to take a look at what your objectives are, what your goals are, and if real estate can come alongside and help you get farther faster and reach those goals more quickly. And if they don't, we'll tell you that too.